Hi, welcome to Center Stage Music Center Online. My name is Ulysses, I'm an instructor here, and today I will be teaching you how to play NYSSMA level 5 and 6 major scales. We're going to be checking out A flat as a 1-octave scale, and E and F sharp as 2-octave scales. Alright, let's check out A flat major. So again, this is a 1-octave scale, part of our level 5, level 6 scales. So A flat is going to be 4th finger in 1st position. Now, to check this one, I actually like to play it on the G string first. That's going to be where we end. We're going to end back here in half position. Just give yourself a little jaws. Alright, that's my note. And then I want to find that note back down here. So yeah, it was a little bit flat, see that? There it is. Alright, let me play it for you first, and then we'll talk about it. There's going to be a shift right away. Okay, so if you notice in this scale, my bass is turned a little bit more to the left. Instead of playing like this, I turned it out just a little bit. Some people play like this more as a default. It's almost, I've seen people playing bass that almost look like cello players. Now, through playing and practice, you'll find what works best for you. But the point is here, we just want to have space so we don't hit into anything. Always watching out for this leg. Even if you're an overhand French bow player, you know, we don't want to hit like that across our knee or scuff up our instrument or anything like that. So make sure you have room. So again, starting back here, let's find that A flat again. We're playing a little jaws. There it is. T, do, right? If we're thinking of our solfege. So now, 1st position, right about here, 4th finger, gives us that A flat. Okay, so we have A flat, first position, and then we're going to shift right away to half position. 1st finger gives us B flat. Shifting again back to 1st position, so it's 2 shifts in a row. 2nd finger gives us C. And here's our 4th finger, D flat. Shifting again back to half position, excuse me. 1st finger. Now staying put, 4th finger gives us F, open G, 1st finger A flat, still in half position. Let's come backwards, 1st, open, 4th F, 1st E flat, here comes that shift to 1st position, 4th finger D flat. 2nd finger C, half position, 1st finger, 4th finger, 1st position, A flat. Okay, so there's a few moves there. That one might take a little bit of time. If you're having trouble with those shifts, I highly recommend you just practice a couple notes at a time. So for instance, why don't we just practice that A flat to B flat? And backwards. Alright, we want a consistent sound. If we do something like this, that's not quite in tune, right? So we need to get it back in tune. Now, again, we want to try playing with the drone, meaning just a drone tone. You just go on YouTube or any, you could probably just Google it. Put A flat, drone, and then you'll get the sound of an A flat playing along with you. And it's really helpful because it just tells you if you're in tune. Of course, you have to make sure your bass is in tune. Very important as well. So let's try playing that again. Play along with me. We'll just do half notes, okay? Starting 1st position, 4th finger. 1, 2, ready, and... So something else to keep in mind, the bow, remember, we want to keep that parallel with the bridge, all right? Meaning that they should be moving around the same angle. We don't want this. We don't want something like that. So how do we check that? It's very difficult to see because what you think looks straight from this angle isn't quite there. So you need to look in a mirror. Use a mirror, and that will help you a lot. All right, that wraps it up for the A flat scale. Thank you so much. Okay, so next we're going to do E major, 2 octaves. This would be for the level 5 and 6 NYSSMA scales. So now, before we do that, I want to rosin my bow, and I just want to give a quick shout out to Pop's Rosin because this is the rosin. I've tried a few others, a bunch of others, and I've talked to many other players. Very few do use any other rosin except for Pop's Rosin. It comes in this cool container, and this is what it looks like. This is a little bit of an older one, so you can see it's starting to dry out a little bit, but still plenty good. This stuff is sticky, all right? So all you do, you just run it across, just like that. I always go in one direction. All right, that's it. That should do me plenty. You can see some rosin buildup here. So anytime you have rosin buildup, it's good to get that off right away, ideally using a towel or something like that. Sometimes it gets really caked on there. You can just take a butter knife and just scrape it off. It'll be fine. All right. Or you can just use your thumb, like that. All right. And then I always like to kind of play across my strings just to spread out that rosin. Across the bow. There we go. Now it feels nice and gripping. All right, here's E, 2 octaves. So now, let's talk a little bit about some of the fingering. As you can see, there's a few shifts happening here. So, let's walk through it. Open E. Now we're in first position, F sharp. That's first finger. Fourth finger gives us that G sharp. Now open A. First finger B. C sharp, fourth finger. Now here's our shift. We're going to go half position, D sharp. And then second finger, E. That's a good place to check your tuning, right? We can just use our open E. Nice. Now we go to F sharp. So here, I'm going to move up a half step and then put my fourth finger down. Now I move back to half position, first finger. Second finger for the A. Now here's a shift for the note B, which is normally fourth finger, first position, right? Now I'm going to go there with first finger. C sharp, fourth finger. Now D sharp. So when we play that D sharp, I'm still thinking about where my first finger is because my first finger is on D. And that's D. Second finger gives us that D sharp, and that's the note we want. And then fourth finger E. Now this is one of those scales where we have a few options of checking our intonation. The best one though is when we get to that fourth finger E, check this out. First finger, I just reach across. I'm not moving anywhere else. I'm just going right across to the A string, not pushing down, just hovering, getting a harmonic. Nice and in tune. And that's the exact same note. That harmonic is the same register, same octave as this fourth finger. So great opportunity to check our tuning. Coming backwards, 4 to 2. Gives you that D sharp. Now we're going to shift back to C sharp. B. Right, so that was 4-1. Shifting back to half position, second finger. Okay, you can check that A if you want. Right, there's that sympathetic vibration, which we've talked about. First finger G sharp. F sharp. Half position E. That's our tonic, right, our home tone. D sharp, first finger. Shifting, fourth finger. First position. First finger. Open A. Fourth finger, E string. First finger, F sharp. And then open E. Okay, so there's a few opportunities there to check if we're in tune, if everything is locking in nicely. Let's try playing that together, half notes, all right? 1, 2, here we go. Make sure to use that whole bow. Are you breathing? Check that harmonic there at the end. Now do that in practice. Don't do that at the NYSSMA solo, all right? Cool, so that's the E2 octaves, all right? Get to work. All right, now we're gonna check out F sharp 2 octaves, okay, for level 5 and 6. Now I'm gonna throw on a drone to start with this one because this scale uses a lot of notes that we can't access as easily. We don't have a lot of options as far as harmonics or certain points to check our tuning. So we always want to make sure we have some sort of reference. So I'm going to put on a drone here. Now all I've done is I've just gone to YouTube, put on F sharp drone, and literally the first one, or G flat, whatever you decide. But remember, there is a slight difference between the flats and sharps, right? Same tones will sound the same, but we got to know what notes we're playing. So here's an F sharp. First position, first finger. Okay, first finger, here we go. I'll play it first, then we'll discuss it after. Okay. Thank you, drone. So let's go through it slowly. We'll talk about the fingering, and then we'll talk about what notes will really be helpful to listen for when we're playing along with that drone, right? We're listening for fourths and fifths. Those are intervals. If you're not familiar with intervals, That's the distance between two notes. We'll talk more about that in a second. Let's just go through the fingering first. So first position, first finger, F sharp. Fourth finger, G sharp. A sharp, first finger, half position. And then B. Here's a shift. I'm in first position. Fourth finger gives me that C sharp. Now back to half position, D sharp, first finger. First position, so it's a shift. Second finger, E sharp. And then fourth finger, F sharp. Okay? So E sharp is one of those notes that sounds like it shouldn't exist, right? Because we think E and F are right next to each other, but this is one of those occasions where it happens. E sharp and F sharp. Now we shift again, G sharp. Okay, and then I shift to second finger, A sharp, fourth finger, B, shifting again, C sharp, fourth finger, D sharp, no shift, shifting again to E sharp, and then fourth finger, F sharp. Now, a note you can use to check here, and this is a little bit trickier to hear it, you have to get used to the sound, is you can play that against your open D and you get the sound of a major third, which should sound essentially pretty. Okay, that's how we build an arpeggio. That's a major third, okay? 4-2. Now, the only thing I should mention, sometimes when we use a note like open D, that's not part of the key of F sharp, so be careful it doesn't throw off your hearing when you're going through the rest of the scale again. So here's that F sharp again. Second finger for the E sharp, D sharp, first finger for the C sharp, first position, fourth finger gives us B, second finger, A sharp, half position, there's that first finger, what note is that? G sharp. And then F sharp, we're home, first position. Here's E sharp, second finger, half position, first position, A string, fourth finger. Then we shift back, second finger, gives us that B, first finger, gives us that A sharp, G sharp, first position, F sharp. That's it for today's lesson. Thank you so much for watching, and please be sure to leave a comment below and come back anytime to check out more videos from Center Stage Music Center online.